Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jump Up Supercast, the only podcast where we forget to. God damn it, I messed up.
We forget to forget.
That would have gone well. That's what I was going to say. So, all right, let me start one more time.
All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jump Up Supercast, the only episode where we forget to invite our host to the rescheduled time. I'm your host, Muzzy, and joining me today is Brandon.
This is like 6 weeks in a row where we have a different host.
Yeah. Saf.
Oh yeah, no, that's fuck. This is
Wow.
a 6 week in a row where we don't have the full entire cast as well.
Ills?
Yeah. That thing that's
What
happening
a
right
fucking
now.
intro.
We're just,
This is amazing.
we rescheduled our time. We messed us all up. Will got lost in traffic, and we don't know what's going on anymore, to be honest. But
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say Will got lost in the mail.
I mean that too, maybe that's what happened to him. But yeah, so we're without Will today, but we must press on. And I think Brandon's right. This is like the 7th episode or so in a row where we've just been swapping out.
It went Will, you, me, and then Will, and then you. So I guess I'm gonna be next.
Yeah, maybe it's our new rotation. Maybe.
I'm already pulling double time here.
Yeah,
in the game club.
That's true.
It's gonna be Saf next.
Yeah.
Remember we said it.
No, that's right. We did say Saf.
Not gonna happen.
Saf is next. We have to have him.
Just you wait, Wills. You and I.
I'm gonna be sick that day.
Yeah.
Coming on.
I mean, Saf could. If we all called in sick, Saf would still carry it on. I believe in it.
It's like an hour-long Saf monologue.
Yes, it would be amazing, wouldn't it?
So like every staff moment.
Yeah. So today, I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't have much in the way of news, but there's still a little bit to talk about that I'd like to cover. First of all, Atlas held a concert, Persona Super Live 2019, and they announced 2 new games in the Persona series. Can you believe that?
No.
So, on the first day, April 24th, after the concert ends, which, by the way, fantastic concert. So if you go watch them on YouTube, you like Persona music, I highly recommend. They do some interesting renditions, and it's just a very energetic performance. So really cool. But anyway, so after the concert, they announced Persona 5 Royal, which I guess they had already announced, but we didn't know literally anything about this game. We just knew that it existed. But now we know it is like Persona 4 Golden, right? Or Persona 3 FES, where it's like this is a expanded re-release of Persona 5. You are getting
I thought we knew that already.
Huh?
I thought we knew that already.
No, we assumed, but we didn't really know. We hadn't seen footage of it. They literally, before this concert, all we knew was Persona 5 Royal, and the genre is RPG, and the platform is PS4, and that's all we knew. So it could have really been anything, I guess. But most people had assumed it was a Golden-esque game, yeah. So what we know is that there's going to be an extra whole semester, January to March. Game ends in December. You get 3 more months of game to play. The actual game, the original parts of the game are also changed up, mixed up. We see different parts of the dungeons. A lot of the party members have new attacks. Futaba has her own all-out attack now, which she didn't before. You see, there's a new confidant. He is the counselor, your school counselor, and there's a new party member. She is this mysterious girl. We saw her in the last season. Actually, this is the other thing we knew about Persona 5 Royal coming in, that there's a new character. Now we know she is a new party member. She has mixed feelings about the Phantom Thieves, but I guess she's going to join them pretty soon. They're leaving a mystery as to whether she's going to betray you or not. I don't know. Who knows? we'll see how the story goes. But
I mean, I would hope they would leave that a mystery.
But going in, we already know she has mixed feelings about the Phantom Thieves. But yeah, so that's Persona 5 Royal. How do you guys feel about this?
Considering I haven't played a Persona game yet,
Are
pretty
you
good.
gonna jump in? Are you gonna jump in with this
I
one?
mean, I own Golden,
Uh-huh.
so I think I'm gonna play that one first, and then
That's fair. Yeah. I generally I feel like Persona 4 Golden is regarded as the best one anyway.
Mm.
But yeah.
But then the sad news is that it's not coming to Switch.
It is not coming to Switch. It is PS4 only, which, Joker and Smash, I think, kind of set up this expectation. Oh, I guess Persona 5 is going to come to Switch, right?
Yeah.
And this was kind of the perfect opportunity, too, Like, you're re-releasing the game anyway.
Yeah.
But no, it is not on a new platform. It is still PS4 exclusive, which is a little mind-boggling, to be honest.
Is there any part of the game which would stand out as a reason for it not being able to be put on Switch?
No. I mean, it ran on PS3.
Oh,
like this was
wow.
this was a PS3 game, So like,
yeah.
so
That's really surprising.
there's no technical demands here. It's just Atlas has always been weird about console exclusivity. Like they're kind of one of the only Japanese or kind of one of the only third parties who have no funding from a first party but still make their games exclusive. Like
Right.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 is exclusive to the Switch, but then Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal are exclusive to PS4, and it's just, I don't know, Atlas makes weird decisions regarding platforms. I mean, just recently, Catherine Full Body, the remake of Catherine, came out in Japan on PS4 and PS Vita,
Wow. Okay, so you're going down with that ship, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they make no sense when it comes to platforms. Like, and the thing is, Persona 5 would do amazing on Switch,
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah, I would.
Especially
play
with you just got the biggest advertisement possible with Joker and Smash Brothers, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But yeah, so it's a weird thing. The other thing I'm annoyed about. Sorry, go on, Seth.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, it's like, I would have definitely preferred Persona 5 to be like a handheld type game that I would play. Like if
Right.
Because like Persona 4, especially like the way in which they break down the days, like I was like doing it on a handheld where it's like you just play a day, or like you can just pick it up and just spend your time just going through a day and then just dropping it again, doing something else, and then jump back in. That would have felt like I had more fun playing on the Vita than I did on the PlayStation 3 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like long RPGs, it's something I prefer to play on a handheld.
Mhm.
It's just so it's weird. Atlas is weird. Atlas is dumb, to be honest. The other thing I'm a little annoyed about is, like, as a person who bought the game at launch, right? Like, a little peeve that there's no, like, DLC upgrade option here,
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of annoying.
Because, like, especially in this day and age, where in the age of free updates and like, paid DLC and stuff like that, it's like, we just saw Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts traditionally used to do, like, the original release, and then they would re-release it again as the final mix version, right? With Kingdom Hearts 3, I guess this is kind of news, but just this week, they dropped Critical Mode for free, They gave it as a free update.
Wasn't
this
Critical
month.
Mode always part of the old games, though?
Yeah, they would add it in the final mix version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Proud Mode.
Yeah, you're thinking, yeah. So then in the final mix version, which they would it was the same game, but they would re-release it, mix some things up, whatever, right? And they would add Critical Mode, and this time they just dropped it for free, Same thing with Monster Hunter World. Traditionally, Monster Hunter would do the re-release where it's like, oh, here's the G version, same game, same price, same platform, right? But with Monster Hunter World on PS4, it's like, hey, this model doesn't make sense anymore, let's just do a big paid expansion in Monster Hunter World Iceborne,
Yeah.
But no, like Atlas is still stuck in their old ways for some reason. It's frustrating,
They're living in the past.
They are. That said, we have one more Persona game to talk about, and that is Persona 5 Scramble. So this game was announced on the second day of the concert. And this is a Warriors game, a Muso game. This is made by Koei Tecmo. It is Persona 5 based, so we only saw Joker playable. We don't know if any of We don't know if older Persona characters will be in there, but because it's called Persona 5 Scramble, I would kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
That said, this one is coming to Switch. It's on PS4 and Switch.
Just what we always wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
This is the game we thought was going to be the Switch port.
Yes, correct. Because they had teased Persona 5 S going in, and so a lot of people thought, oh, maybe the S is for Switch, right? No. I mean, kind of, but no.
I mean, it worked for Dragon Quest. Why not for this one, right?
Yeah.
You know, the weirdest thing about this one coming to Switch is that spin-offs you would think, are targeted towards like the core audience of the game, the people already buying into Persona, right? But then none of the mainline games are on Switch. So it's like, who made this? Why? And I guess the answer is because like Persona 4 Arena used to be on 360 also in addition to PS3. So like I feel like these games made by external developers, Atlas is just kind of leaving it up to the developer, being like, "Hey, Koei Tecmo, you have Switch experience. Right? If you have the manpower, go ahead." Right? But it's so weird, you know. Like, why is a spin-off come? And it's not even like its own original spin-off, like Persona Q, right? Like, this is specifically like, hey, this is a Musou game. This is for fans of Persona 5. You know, you're not gonna pick up a Warriors game of a licensed franchise if you're not a goddamn fan of that franchise, you know?
Yeah.
Or you're super into pressing the same button over and over again.
So it's
certainly
something.
certainly a unique.
Kind of reminds me
strategy.
of something like in the past with like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles just being like brought over to the GameCube. And they're like, "Hey guys, you finally got a Final Fantasy game." And it's just like a spin-off.
Yeah.
And I just was like weird because I was like, well, like why not, like if we're gonna put Final Fantasy on Nintendo again, why not put like Final Fantasy X on GameCube? Like, why just the spin-off?
It's so bizarre, you know. I'm still kind of looking forward to the game myself. The graphics look nice. The art style looks nice.
Are you gonna play that one?
I might. I'm contemplating. I think it's a game I'll pick up when it's like $20, you know. But we'll see. Oh, the other thing I want to mention about Persona 5 Royal that I'm a little peeved at is that it is coming out October 2019 in Japan, but it is in 2020 in the West. And I don't know how a re-release needs an extended localization delay, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in the day and age of worldwide releases. But this game, 90% of the game is already localized, you know?
Yeah, that's weird.
So it's like, I cannot believe that this game is taking longer, but here we are. That's Atlas, you know? But yeah, so these are the Persona announcements. I guess Persona 5 announcements in particular. Yeah, so that's that. Atlas, way to go. Good concert, though. Good concert. So, moving on, we have a lot. So this is kind of going to be a recap. Will wanted me to touch on this, and I happily obliged. So, we have pretty much all the major players have announced what they are doing for E3. So, we're going to have a little rundown, okay? So, starting Friday of E3, Friday, June 7th. So Friday and Saturday, EA has decided to forego the traditional press conference, and instead will be giving you a schedule, being like, hey, at this time we're streaming this game, at this time we're streaming this game, whatever, right? So now, instead of having to suffer through Madden and FIFA, you can see them on the schedule, be like, nope, I'm not tuning in, I'm only here for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
That's
Thank goodness.
yeah.
So yeah, how do you guys feel about EA's new format?
Very good.
Fuck Madden. Fuck FIFA.
Because that's the thing about EA conferences, right? Is like in the last 5 years, not a single one has been good. I feel like I'm pretty confident in saying that. You know, and they always.
Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I feel as though like they've just given up. You know, it's like, you know what, fuck it. Here's the list. You decide whether or not it's worth it for you. Don't complain to us. But I just...
Yeah, because I mean that's the thing, right? Because I think going in, a lot of people. First of all, they just watch it because it's E3. Right?
Yeah.
But second, to be fair, EA usually just tease us with a big game, right? Like tune into this year for Battlefield, whatever, or tune in for this year for Mass Effect. They used BioWare as a bait for a long time, right?
Yeah.
With Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem. But then they would show those games, and it would be like weird, like not really gameplay demos, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just so like it's like, oh, I suffered through this hour for that. Whereas now it's just like, hey, we're just gonna show you straight up gameplay demos, right? Like I'm interested in seeing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'm happy that I don't have to sit through Madden, FIFA, mobile games.
I mean, in general, like after those conferences, most sites just parse it out for you anyway, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like a huge deal. I guess they're finally realizing that shit doesn't work so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I would have sat through an EA press conference if it was there, but now I don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have.
Well, see, most of us, the rest of us are stupid and just have to tune into every press conference.
Yeah.
Just for the experience.
Yeah, it's just it's part of the E3 experience.
Yeah.
No thanks. I just want the games.
Yeah.
I'm a mixed bag because, like, on one hand, it's like, yeah, they kind of give up, but on the other hand, it's like, at least I don't have to listen to some random sports celebrity talk about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. I could just skip over that shit.
Here's the thing, too. I will enjoy that 40 minutes of Star Wars more than I would an hour of a regular game conference, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm genuinely excited to see that game. And who knows what else they'll have on the schedule. We do know that they have a Plants vs. Zombies game coming. And I forget the other one. I think it's Need for Speed. So
I do like Plants vs. Zombies.
yeah, so who knows? Maybe there'll be that one game for you one or two games that you want to tune into. So looking forward to that. Next on the schedule is Microsoft. Microsoft is doing a conference, of course. They are going to be on Sunday. And they're doing it at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. They will be doing it in the Microsoft Theater as usual. And they promise that this will be their biggest E3 yet. Which, to be fair, is the same tagline they've used for the last 3 years.
Well, hopefully they mean it this time. I mean, if any of them is going to be their biggest, this is the one for them to strike the hardest, considering Sony's absence.
Yeah, so this has to be the one, right? Because, like you said, Sony is not going to be at E3 this year. They will not be having a press conference. And it looks like this is going to be a next-gen E3. Looks like they are ready to blow open the next-gen doors to start talking about their next console, the games on their next console,
Yeah.
So
I'm ready.
This is a big deal. I feel like Microsoft often gets compared to, obviously, Sony, because it's their direct competitor, right? And Sony has pretty much won this generation, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. It's undeniable, in fact.
Yeah.
But, this E3, this is how they're kicking off next gen. This is their chance, especially with Sony not being able to answer back, essentially, right? They kind of have the entire stage to themselves, and so it'll be interesting to see how they capitalize on that. So, yeah, that is Microsoft. Then Sunday, same day, is Bethesda. So Bethesda is doing a conference again. This is the 5th year in a row they're doing a conference. They have straight up promised that Doom Eternal will be there. Starts at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time.
That's good. I mean, I kind of figured. The last year we just got basically like a name drop, right?
Yes. Yeah. But they said Doom Eternal's coming, but we did not see any gameplay of it. Then 2 months later at QuakeCon, they did the full gameplay reveal and whatever. I hope it's coming out this year. They haven't said officially if it's 2019 or not, I believe, but I hope it's coming out this year.
And they said that game's coming to the Switch as well.
Yes, it is coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC, which no surprise, and Nintendo Switch, which I guess the first Doom did good enough.
Yeah.
Also, I guess we should talk about whatever else they have in their lineup. Wolfenstein Youngblood, I guess, will show up, which is also coming to the Switch. So this is like the multiplayer-focused spin-off of Wolfenstein. Well, I guess multiplayer is another one. It is co-op focused.
Okay.
So it's like you and a buddy. It's 2 people playing through this campaign together. It is a discounted release. It's like $40, I think.
I'm mildly interested.
Yeah, it's coming out this July, and so it'll be cool to see more of that.
It's every platform?
Yeah, it's every platform, yep. And I wonder... What else they could show? Do you think any Todd Howard games will show up? Is Starfield showing
I
up?
hope not. This man needs a break.
Are you?
Everything.
So they announced Starfield last year, right? But they said it is very far off and it'll be a next-gen game. So
Yeah.
do you think we're seeing it this year? I mean, Microsoft is talking about next-gen officially, so is it time?
If it's not ready, we don't need to hear about it. I don't want to listen to his fucking nonsense again. No.
Yeah.
I feel like every company should know that. Like,
Yeah.
if it's not ready, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
You would be surprised.
I mean,
Sony.
Square Enix.
I mean, I know it because we've been talking about it for so long. Like, people have been just announcing shit way earlier than they need to.
Yeah.
And then I'd say it's a safe bet. There's a 0% chance we see the Elder Scrolls 6 here, which has also been announced.
Oh god.
Which is coming. They straight up said we're going to start development of this game after we finish Starfield, and that game is a couple years off. So I mean,
What's the point?
Yeah.
That's even worse than Sony.
yeah. And then they also potentially have the next game from Tango Softworks, who made the Evil Within.
Oh.
So do you?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, maybe Shinji Mikami's next game is going to show up this year.
Well, you think is he part of that studio? Like, no matter what? Like, is he always?
I think he still works with them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. I hope it's a horror game. If
The
that's
second one was actually really, really good. Like, he did amazing stuff there.
yeah,
Like, the first one was kind of...
Better than the
good
first.
series.
Yeah, the first one was decent. I had some problems, but the second one, they really upped their game in a lot of aspects.
You know, I know some people who really fucking love The Evil Within, like, just as a franchise. Like, even the first one, like, I feel the first one was very, like, either you really love it or you just kind of on it,
Yeah.
but no middle ground, you know? Like, just,
Yeah. Yeah, because I felt when I played it, I was like, I really, really liked this game. But then I like saw other people's opinions on it. I was like, wow, I guess not everybody loves this game.
Very hit or miss kind of deal, I guess.
Yeah,
But I guess it seems like the second one overall is just a better game. But it sold a lot worse, to be honest.
Ah, shame.
Yeah, but who knows? Who knows what they'll do next? Maybe they'll do Evil Within 3. Maybe they'll do a new IP. I guess we'll see pretty soon. Hopefully we'll see soon. Next on the docket, Ubisoft has announced their E3 press conference. It is on Monday, as usual. What do we expect to see from Ubisoft this year? Potentials are Beyond Good and Evil 2.
yeah. I was gonna say that's definitely we're gonna see that.
Yeah, we saw that 2 years in a row now, right? So, like,
Yeah.
that is a next-gen game, right? Like, almost.
I
certainly.
have no idea, but I'm still not over the fact that it's a prequel.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's gonna haunt me forever.
It's a weird game in general, right? Like, it plays nothing like the original. It's like it's a shared world, big old giant experience, which is like not
That's
really
not what I want.
what.
You're making me depressed right now. Just
Yeah, I mean, okay,
stop.
I'll stop. What else could we see from Ubisoft though?
Another Nintendo collab, maybe?
Yeah, 2 years in a row they've done a big Nintendo thing. 2017 they did Mario Rabbids. 2018 they
Just
did
Dance.
Mario Rabbids Donkey Kong DLC and Star Fox in Starlink.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Maybe this year we'll see something else from them. Another
I'll
collaboration.
put money down that we're gonna see Just Dance.
We will absolutely see Just Dance.
Maybe
Um,
you'll see Samus in Just Dance.
Yeah, you know what?
Is Just Dance still
Maybe.
coming out for the Wii? Even after all these years?
I think it is. I think it is.
I think last year.
I don't know if at some point. So actually, Just Dance 2019 was the first time that the Wii version was not the best-selling version.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Switch version has finally overtaken it. So now
Now they can stop. Now they can stop.
yeah. Yeah, right. Like, I feel like now just put it on Switch and PS4, Xbox One. You can leave the Wii.
Like
behind.
Jesus Christ, wasn't there a Wii version but not a Wii U?
That is
version?
correct. They
Wow,
gave up
I mean,
on
that makes
Wii U.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, no one had a Wii U. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the install base for the Wii is a lot higher.
Yeah.
Just the fucking fact that I can think of people like busting out their Wiis in like 2018. I'm like, what?
They want to play Just Dance, man.
I mean, it's either that or they're part of the game club.
Yeah, it's true. Look,
If we play Just Dance on the Game Club, I swear
No,
to God,
thanks.
dude,
No.
I'm gonna be real
No,
mad.
The simple tension.
I dissolved the game club.
The simple tension of the idea is whether or not Just Dance 2019 will be out for the Wii is enough to get me excited for that segment of the fucking Ubisoft conference.
You know, I feel like, to be fair, in general, I feel like they've done a good job of realizing, hey, no one cares about the Just Dance segment. Let's just make it crazy and wacky and for people to laugh at, right? Like, we see all sorts of crazy costumes come out and all sorts of dumb things they're doing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel like Ubisoft conferences are pretty good in general. So
Usually good.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
and who knows what new games they have in store. I feel like they're going to start talking about next-gen games this E3.
Tom Clancy something.
You know what? They've been heavily teasing Splinter Cell lately. So
yeah, I mean,
maybe-
it's always been, people have been talking about that for a while.
people want Splinter Cell back, man.
Yeah.
So maybe
I mean, hell, I like Splinter Cell a lot.
yeah. So maybe hopefully we do.
Assassin's Creed something.
Actually, no. We are not getting Assassin's Creed this year, but we are getting Watch Dogs 3.
God bless.
Of course.
Watch Dogs 3. It's set in London.
Oh,
I forgot there was a
yeah.
Watch Dogs too.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
So yeah, look, we'll see how that turns out. They have not officially announced it yet, but it's pretty much guaranteed. Our good friend Jason Schreier has pretty much confirmed it.
They have Watch Dog 3 in Canada. I don't know why. I just want a game in Canada.
You know, how often are games set in
What?
Why
Canada?
Canada?
Never.
Literally never.
I don't
right?
know.
Because it's
Shout out to Canada. Shout out to my homies up north.
yeah, I
Out
mean,
of here.
no, because I get it. It's a setting we literally never see in games.
Yeah,
You know?
man.
Yeah,
Fuck
I get
Canada.
it.
Hey, I love Canada.
Hey, we can blame them, but let's not fuck them. Come on.
Come on, that's a little too much.
Each their
Next up on the docket, taking Sony's spot.
Oh,
Actually, Monday evening is Square Enix.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, they're doing it. They're back.
I don't know why they are doing a press conference this year.
Unless
back.
it's significant news about Final Fantasy VII, they can just fuck right off.
Yo, it's gonna be Final Fantasy.
So,
VII,
okay,
dog. Come
let's, first of all, they have to talk about the Avengers game, right? Like, god damn it.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
on. Is it even real at this point? Is it? Is it though? I don't even believe
They
it.
promised that we would hear about this game in 2018. It is now April of 20... We're now in the 16th month of 2018.
Oh my god.
Damn.
So, you know,
I don't believe it anymore. I really don't.
hopefully we see that game, but I
I
don't...
don't even think it exists.
I
I don't know. And then I guess the other one is, Final Fantasy VII Remake, but extreme doubt on that one, I'm gonna be honest. That's,
it's like the most important
no,
part.
Wait,
No.
when was that game announced?
in 2015.
Oh man.
Oh, smash.
And, if I want to get your hopes up, they are doing a Final Fantasy VII concert in LA 3 days before the press conference. So, maybe. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC is also possible to talk about here, because Nomura has talked about wanting to do a big paid expansion to Kingdom Hearts 3. So, maybe we will see that.
I'd buy that.
Yeah.
You think it's
New World.
You think it's really going to be that fucking Final Fantasy versus 13 thing that they had in the Kingdom Hearts 3?
Wait, what?
Oh, no, I don't know about any of that stuff, but I don't even want to talk about that. There's just a whole bunch of bullshit in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, the
God.
game is bullshit. The story is bullshit. But I had a lot of fun playing.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Like, I beat
Kingdom
the
Hearts was
game.
great. Yeah. But, no, Saf was talking about in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's like a whole like Final Fantasy versus 13 thing going on in there. And it's like,
Oh, with the
Video game?
fucking
Yeah.
fake video game?
That's
Is that
the
what
one.
we're
Yeah.
talking about?
Fuck that.
Oh,
and
wow.
like, because Nomura was on record being very upset being kicked off that project.
Mhm.
So it's his time. He's gonna make Final Fantasy versus 13 through Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, that was the hype behind some of the fans as well. It's like, oh, maybe they're going to do it because of like that fucking involvement.
They're teasing it. We'll see.
Okay.
Also, I don't know what else the fucking Square Enix could show. I don't understand why they're doing a press conference this year. They don't have the content to show. Like Jesus Christ. Anyway, all right. And then Tuesday morning, though we haven't got official confirmation, all Nintendo has said that we will, as usual, as the last 5 years or so we've done, we will not be doing a big traditional press conference, but instead we will do a video presentation
Thank you.
talking about games releasing in the upcoming fiscal year.
Can't believe. I'm glad they fucking confirmed that because I was just waiting.
You're on the
I
edge of your
couldn't,
seat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat. I had no idea what was coming.
I mean, for some reason, I literally saw this year, and I don't get it. Where there was people being like, maybe they'll do a press conference this year, and it's like, Jesus, let it go, people, let it go. Like,
Let's just go backwards.
like Nintendo.
Remember
has
VCRs? We really need to bring those back.
Yeah, especially like in the Switch era, we got a press conference, right? And it has been the worst presentation of the Switch era. You know?
Are you talking about the January one?
Yeah, the January presentation. Yeah.
I mean, that was still good.
I mean, yeah, but like I think it's pretty clear that Nintendo has nailed down the direct format, you know?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
why would you? They're not going to do a press conference. Just give it up, guys. Just give it up. All right, it's done.
I don't even know what they're holding on to. Like, what's the benefit?
I don't know. Yeah. So, games they can talk about. Obviously, Animal Crossing is the big one, right?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
In this,
Uh,
in the
Luigi's
spirit
Mansion.
of me talking about shit today now ages ago, fucking Shin Megami Tensei 5, where is that?
Look, that's on Atlas. Don't blame Nintendo. That's on Atlas.
I still want it.
And the thing with Shin Megami Tensei 5 is it's going to be a thing Atlas announces on their own schedule, at their own event. They're weird. They're bad people. Luigi's Mansion 3, like Brandon said, it's been a while since we saw that. We saw it last September. It's coming out this year, so we should see it. Pokemon Sword and Shield is obviously going to get a big treatment, as Pokemon always does every year at E3.
Yeah, that game.
We'll go through a torturous Nintendo Treehouse demo of the game where they go through the opening segment and show us how to catch a Pokemon.
Exciting.
So look forward to
I've
that.
never done this before. What's a Pokemon?
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers DLC.
Yeah, that seems like a good time.
The next
Oh yeah.
Fighter Pack 2. We should see that at E3. What else? What else do we got?
You think it's too early for Atlas trains?
Oh, Link's
Oh,
Awakening.
yeah.
We need to see.
Oh.
Will we see Retro's new game?
Oh.
Do you believe?
Not Metroid Prime.
Yeah, not. Do you believe? Let me reword this. Do you believe that there is a game that Retro has just about finished that they are ready to ship before Metroid Prime 4, or is Metroid Prime 4 going to be the next game we see from Retro Studios?
I think it's definitely a possibility that they have a game that's just about done. That it could even come out this year.
This E3 has to be the deadline for that announcement, though, don't you think?
Yeah.
I would think so, because after this E3, they're full on Metroid Prime 4. So if they had to be working on something though. All this fucking.
I mean, it
time.
could have got canceled. Who knows? I mean,
It could have been.
Yeah.
If then I feel bad for them because it's been fucking
It's
how
5
many
years.
since Trap.
5
released?
years, over 5 years.
Yeah. So like, if they just get something that they worked on for 5 years canned like
Yeah.
that would.
I mean, it also could have been multiple projects that got canceled in succession.
Yes, that's
So-
true.
I mean, before Metroid Prime came out, granted, this was back when Retro was a very inexperienced studio, but they had like 5 games canceled leading up to Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
But
Well,
What
I
was-
don't know. We'll see.
who knows? I hope they have a
Yeah.
game coming. You know, I would.
Star Fox Grand Prix, baby.
It would be
Here it
pretty
comes.
sad if the next game we see from them is in like 3-4 years, whenever Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
That would suck.
So
Why? Do you really think the wait is going to be that long?
I would think so. Yeah, games take about 3-4 years to make.
I would say maybe. I would give Metroid Prime 4 at this point. It's probably like 2020.
I mean,
No.
no, they just restarted
Yeah.
development, dude. Like, the development didn't go to Retro until like late.
So by the
late-
time, so it's going to come out on Switch too, because at this point,
we're only
one's
2
gonna
years
be-
into the Switch, though. We're only,
that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, but if it comes out in 3 or 4 years, the Switch is going to be like
5-6
at the
years
end
old.
of its fucking
yeah,
life cycle.
I mean, but like Nintendo handhelds traditionally have a longer life cycle.
What do you mean? Switch is going to last for
Yeah.
10 years.
I mean, maybe.
On that hardware, I don't know.
Yeah.
But-
Though we know explicitly from the investor briefing, there will not be a hardware announcement this E3, in case you were wondering. So this E3, we're not going to see hardware. So that's E3. That's E3 wrapped up. I guess we didn't really give Microsoft credit due where we should have. So I just want to talk about a couple games that they would possibly show off. Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite, yeah,
That's
definitely.
pretty much a guarantee. That's pretty much going to be next gen.
Gears 5. They'll talk
Gears
about
5, absolutely. Battletoads.
Yeah.
The rumored new game from Playful, who makes Forza Horizon, their second studio, rumored to be Fable.
Yeah.
I think we could see that game.
A Fable reboot? I mean, I'll take
Pop.
that.
And yeah, so how do you feel about Fable? Does
I love
that excite
Fable,
you?
man.
Yeah.
It does. I love those games, but I mean, it's gonna be new developers because they shut down
Oh,
Lionhead
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, so it would be Playful, the guys who make Forza Horizon. They opened a new studio, and we know they're working on like a big open world, big scale game, and it's heavily rumored to be Forza. I mean,
Fable.
not Forza. Fable, yeah.
I mean, if it stays in spirit of the original like Fable trilogy, I'm down. I really like those games.
Yeah, I'm excited to see another one. And the other game that we could possibly see is Ninja Theory's next game, who recently made Hellblade.
Shit.
Oh, and Cuphead DLC. I hope we see Cuphead DLC.
Oh yeah, Cuphead DLC. Yeah, definitely.
Very excited.
They announced it last year, but
we've not seen it since. Yeah.
None of you've taken my.
So that is kind of our.
Taken my Funko Pop Cross Gears of War thing seriously, and I don't appreciate it.
I can't wait for that shit. I also can't wait for that fucking
Gears Tactics.
Gears Tactics, yeah, I want to play that really bad.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff they announced last year that we basically have heard nothing about since then. So I would hope we see it this year, this E3. But yeah, so that is our E3 2019 wrap up in April, where we still have 2 months to go.
Like, how did we get into a complete E3 show?
Hey, I mean, look, it was just, we didn't have much news. Everyone announced their thing, so it was a good time to just chat about E3. Have a good time talking about it.
It's never too early to chat about E3.
I feel like late April we are officially on the road to E3. Like everyone has announced that they're doing a press conference or whatever they're doing.
I tell you what, we're gonna regret the weeks before E3 when we have nothing to say and we've already blew our load on our E3 pre-talk.
No, by that time we'll have
repeat
rumors.
ourselves over and over.
No, by that time we'll have rumors, we'll have leaks, we'll have Walmart Canada will hopefully blow open the doors again. Don't worry.
Somebody's going to take a leak on somebody.
And our podcast will get a good name out of it.
It's when we capitalize.
Yeah. All right. So, in other real quick Nintendo news that I want to touch upon, they had an investor briefing. Basically, the only real thing of interest is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is now the best-selling fighting game of all time.
Goddamn right.
And that
was fast.
That
was less than 6 months.
4 months. In 4 months, Brandon. Because this is up until March 31st.
Suck it.
The next big milestone they would have is to pass the combined sales of Smash Wii U and Smash 3DS, which it will hit within the next 2 quarters, if not the next quarter. So look forward to that. But yeah, the previous record holder was Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It is past Brawl now. Breath of the Wild has insane legs. It just sold another 1 million last quarter.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we have never seen this level of performance from a Zelda game.
Where's it at?
It is easily it outranks every other Zelda by a wide margin now.
I mean, how much has it sold?
It is 12 million. 12 point something million.
Nice.
Yeah, it just keeps selling though. People who are buying Switches in 2019 are still picking up Breath of the Wild. So that's crazy. I mean, that's kudos to Breath of the Wild. It is great to see a Zelda game be able to do this. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is almost at 17 million units.
Oh, man.
Within the next quarter, it'll pass Mario Kart 7 within just 2 years of sales.
How is Mario Kart always so fucking popular? Like, this is a fucking port. How is it selling so well?
Oh, I should say Breath of the Wild is at 12.77 million, so it's almost at 13 actually.
Oh
So
my
that's
god.
Yeah. And then you'll never believe, goddamn Super Mario Party sold another 1.5 million last quarter.
Oh my god.
And then brand new
War
release.
chest. War chest.
Yeah.
War chest.
Brand new release, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I guess not really brand new, but is already at 3.3 million units, and it's not stopping. So, yeah, that game, people are just eating it up again. Or for the first time, I guess. The Wii U version did not sell that well, but
Has it already surpassed the Wii U
so.
version? Right.
No, not yet. The Wii U version was at 5 point something, but it'll pass that.
I mean, I wouldn't say that that's not that well.
No, but I mean,
For the Wii. For the Wii U, that's pretty damn
it's one
good.
of the best. It's the third best selling Wii U,
Oh, God.
to be fair.
That's
But by year's end, I'm pretty sure it'll pass up the original Wii U version sales. So, yeah. So that's Nintendo news. They didn't really have anything at the investor briefing. A lot of people a lot of people have Nintendo Switch Online. I guess 10 million people. So that's cool. Yeah, and no 3DS games are scheduled for release. So 3DS seems to be just about
You
done.
happy now? You happy with what you did?
I'm happy about it. So.
All right, well, so that is the news for this week. It's time to move on to the list.
The list!
The list!
This week, honestly, I have no idea who's adding. I'm gonna guess it's Ills.
Saf.
It's sad.
Oh, it's Saf. Okay. But
Fuck it too.
he was not prepared for this segment, to be honest. So Saf is adding a game. Last week, I added Final Fantasy VII at number 5. So, Saf,
Yes.
what would you...
Should have been number 7, just because.
You know, honestly, I thought about that.
What a missed opportunity.
We'll
Also check
just have to
below
add-
in the pace bin.
Oh yeah, check below in the pastebin to see what the follow along the list. Yeah, thank you, Els. So Safi, take it away. What's your game?
Well, Ilse has told me that he's beaten Undertale, and to celebrate that moment, I want to add Undertale.
Oh, here we go.
Do you just hate Will? I don't understand. Like, do you hate Will? Because
It is.
Or Will.
this is another game that Will would have loved to talk about. You piece of absolute filth.
Every time he's not here, I feel as though he hates me. This is just my revenge.
Maybe that's what it
This
is.
is just my revenge for him leaving me every single time.
Oh,
Wait.
all the spite.
What was the other game?
Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which is literally one of Will's favorite games of all time.
Well, could be worse. Could be Wind Waker.
No, that's what. Don't spoil Saf's next game when Will's not here.
That's the day Will never comes back.
So if we ever want to get rid of them, we know what to do. So Saf, take it away. Talk about Undertale.
Undertale is like it is. I can't remember what his full name is, but the guy's name's Toby. He's a huge Toby Fox.
Toby
that's it.
Fox.
Yeah, it's a fan project. Like it was heavily inspired by Earthbound or Mother series, and it is just like it is everything that you would expect out of a sequel for Earthbound. Is the writing's fantastic, the character's fantastic, the gameplay's quite unique as well. Like it's very interesting in how you play the game, where it's bullet time in terms of some of its combat, and it's also in the form of like an RPG in regards to like it's a turn-based RPG and the actions that you take. So it's a very interesting blend of those two things. The music is fantastic. This guy is very fucking talented when it comes to creating the music for this game. It's so good. And the characters are just so very lovable. And hopefully that's a good enough summary of Undertale.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all the characters have a lot of depth. Like a lot of the like the backgrounds and like it's not super detailed a lot of the times, but like where it is detailed, it's like the character models, like especially in the battles.
Yeah.
They all look really, really good. And like all the characters, like fucking so fucking good. I mean,
this
like,
game is wonderfully written, right?
Yeah, I'm like, it's the thing. Like I'm playing other M for the game club, and then I'm playing this game. It's like such a contrast in writing. Like, you have like masterful writing on Undertale, and like the worst possible writing in fucking Other M.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so. It has such a strong voice because it's so like comfortably written. Nothing is like preposterous or unnecessary. It's like it's always like funny. It's always moving along. It's never dragging you. Like it never makes you do too much grinding. Like,
yeah.
I think that's like one of the most important things about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, for an RPG, like it's wonderfully paced, right? Like you never, you never feel like you're under leveled. I guess to be fair, you don't really level up as part of it.
I mean,
I was gonna say,
you can.
well, it depends on what version, which path
you
you
playing,
can level up.
But even then, like I think that the story goes through a pretty solid pace, you know.
Right, and it doesn't overstay its welcome.
No, definitely, it's a very short game, you know, which is I think why. Because at first it made me seem, oh shit, like I have to play it again to get the true pacifist ending, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because the game is such a breeze to play through, like it's not that much of a hassle. Like you did it, Ills, right?
Yeah, I did. I beat the game twice in 2 days.
And like are you someone who like really redoes a story, you know?
No, not really, but there's like so much difference between the routes.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so much in the game that's like you could find by making these little choices.
Yeah, and so I mean, every single thing you do matters in this game, right? Like every little choice, and it's there's no surprise it's led to this gushing fan community, right? Of people, just really passionate fans, you know?
Yeah,
like the characters
almost to the point where it's weird.
Well, no, but like playing through it, like I get why people would connect to these characters in particular, you know?
I get it. I get it too. I definitely get it. Like
you feel so emotionally
like
invested in those characters and their motivations and their ideas. It's great. The relationship, it's so well done, and that's the favorite part. That's the best part to me for that game. Is just those characters and just seeing them grow and see in different ways.
Yeah, and the different ways they interact with you depending on your choices.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like if you fight Undine in like the genocide run, she's like completely different than.
Oh, I mean, she becomes like the hero of the story. Essentially,
yeah, she's amazing. Like, she's amazing in every version, but like, she's fucking great. Yeah.
But like, you see this other side of her, right, where she is passionate about defending the people that like she has to, you know.
Yeah, and it's like with every character, basically.
Like you see how different situations turn them into not different people, but like different traits of them start coming out, you know, where it's like how they would react in times of like peace versus how they would react in times of, oh shit, there's a crazy motherfucker just coming after to kill all of us.
Yeah, you know? And that's what makes them like very complex characters. It's like a person, like any person you know. If you put them into like a really shitty situation, they're gonna act like very surprising ways, very different than what you tell them.
But yet you still feel like it's their character. They're not out of character, you know. Which I think it's very hard to write. You know, I think sometimes it's very easy to be like, this is what happens. This is what happens. That. And sometimes it just doesn't even feel like the same character. You know.
Well, yeah, you just have to have a grasp of the character that you're writing.
Yeah.
Rather than just making them do whatever the plot requires. That's where you get like character flaws like that.
But this game is just so masterfully written. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so surprising in so many ways. Like the game is like genuinely shocking.
It's a treat. This game is a treat. Saf, where do you want to put it? I'm curious.
Above Earthbound.
Above.
That's right.
I would at least put it above Earthbound. I agree.
Yeah.
But I would say higher. Ills, where are you feeling? Wait, so I should ask, Saf, is that just above Earthbound? You don't want to put it any higher, any lower?
I can. Like,
no, before you settle or anything, I just want to know where you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling above Earthbound.
Like right above Earthbound.
Right above Earthbound, yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely be willing to put it above Earthbound, because it does a lot of stuff that Earthbound does, but it does it a little bit better. I mean, it's weird, because Earthbound is also so really fucking good with, like, its setting, because it's got a different setting, obviously, than Undertale.
Characters are still fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of good characters, a lot of good different, like, locales that you visit are super cool.
Yeah.
Earthbound. But, like...
Oh yeah, I mean, Earthbound's incredible. I just feel like Undertale is just like genuinely, like, I think this game is a masterpiece. You know, like I wouldn't say that about many games, but this game is a masterpiece.
I don't know if I would call it a masterpiece, but it's very
Though
good.
to be fair, Brandon did not get past the initial area.
Yes, I did. I went back and did it.
How far did you get?
I don't remember exactly how far I got, but I never went around to finishing it. But I played like 3 hours.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, all right.
It's pretty short.
So, yeah, I mean, it's only like, what, a 5-6
Yeah,
hour
about
Yeah,
five.
about there.
5-6.
Yeah.
Ills, where are you feeling?
I mean, from what I played, I would be willing to put it above Earthbound, but I don't know if I'd put it above Pokemon.
Okay, so you're.
I was thinking, like my highest would be above Resident Evil Remake, but I was immediately on board when you said above Earthbound. But yeah,
I'm in the exact same place as Ills, to be honest.
Under Symphony of the Night?
Under Symphony of the Night, yeah. But it's kind of 2-2-ish.
Okay,
Um,
give me your reasons why.
I mean, we talked about it at length already, but like, I really think that this game is like masterclass in what it sets out to be.
Yeah.
You know, I call it a masterpiece because it wants to do something and it just executes that so perfectly. You know, like like yeah, obviously every game has flaws, whatever, but like in what this game wants to do and what it wants to what the story it wants to tell, both in just multiple ways, but like it is just does it amazingly. The gameplay, I think, like going through it, like is a blast, right? Like I have fun going through it. They make sure that the combat encounters never get too samey, you know?
Yeah.
Because every enemy encounter plays pretty differently, to be honest.
there's such a variety of enemies. Like you almost never fight the same enemy twice.
Yeah, and that, to say about the enemies, like they themselves actually have really fun characterization themselves, you know?
Oh yeah,
And it's told through their battles, you know?
yeah.
and I
Like-
think that's a cool concept in of itself.
Yeah, just going like through pacifist and trying to get the enemies to stop fighting you. You always have to like convince them somehow, or like
Yeah.
it's all really it's a treat. Like I don't really see like that many flaws with the game.
Like it's hard to tell you what it did wrong, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like it feels like this game is like Toby Fox had something in his mind at the start of development, and what we got at the end is that exact same product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's hard to say about a game. You know, like you can just feel like this is exactly what the creator envisioned from the beginning.
I'm looking at the rest of the game, and I can, rest of the list in between, and I can. There's always something about one of the other games that's like maybe not that good. Well, like when it comes to like listing like how much they got right versus how much they got wrong, I can see where
Right.
you come from in regards to like Undertale taking many more checkboxes in regards to what it got right versus what it got wrong. So than the other ones. So
Yeah, but that's not the only metric. I mean,
That's just one thing I
don't
wanted
know,
to
skipping
mention.
over Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow to me is like really tough.
I mean, like Pokemon is very influential, but like you know, it's I Undertale just like had a story that really like resonated with me. You know, like just like a really made me appreciate
I mean,
this
sure,
game.
Pokemon doesn't have like a deep, like intriguing story like within it, really, but like just the gameplay in Pokemon and just everything about it with the exploration and everything in general, and I don't know. I mean, it captured the fucking imagination of millions of people.
Sure, yeah, but like I mean,
So this-
as you mentioned with Red and Blue, though, like it is a game that like you can feel its age. You know, you can kind of like you can kind of see where like
Sure, but,
where the
like,
duct tape
also-
and the glue is, and
I mean, but this is a game from 1996 to a game.
yeah, I know, but like we have to
50.
compare it to like playing it now, like how I feel, and it's not. This isn't even about the graphics. It's just like how it, like, you know, like it Red and Blue can be a bit of a chore sometimes, you know, and I definitely didn't feel that about Undertale, you know.
yeah, if you play Red and Blue now, like you can see the problems that those games have now, especially when there are other improvements, other games that have improved upon the main mechanics of this game, or that this game has started. Like I can't, like after playing Black or White or like X or Y, I can't see myself going back to Red and Blue and enjoying it in the same way. Like maybe the remake, I can enjoy that more than the actual original. So yeah, I can agree with Moz in respect to that. Like, even though red, blue, and yellow are significant, it's not something that I would hold as something that's aged well compared to like other games.
And I really do think Undertale's just like a special game. You know, like it's a game that I will remember for the rest of my life. I feel, you know, just like it's this game that, I mean, Il's just played it, so obviously I don't know how much she can make that kind of statement. But like I played this game 4 years ago, and I replayed it this year, and honestly, I remembered literally every single bit of this game. You know, it is just so memorable.
Yeah, it just kind of sears itself into your brain. It's so shocking, like the choices, especially at the end. Like you never know where it's gonna go, but like once you get there, it's like really, really satisfying.
I mean, I will say my experience of this game was tainted from expectations. We're to the point where it just will never be the same. I can't go back to it and play it with like a fresh mind, which I really wish I could have done.
I think you can.
It's like impossible though, because like when somebody tells you this is going to be the greatest thing you ever had, your expectations are through the roof. And then when I played it, like I was like, this is good, but like I was expecting the best thing I've ever played in my life.
I don't know, but to be fair, Il kind of heard the same things you did. You know?
No, I was fucking belittled for not playing it for like weeks.
Okay, this is just like a personal thing between you and
I
someone
know, I'm
not
saying
on
it's a
camera.
personal thing. I literally started with this.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm coming from my experience with this game. Like, I thought it was really good, but your praises are different than mine. Because,
no, I'm just saying, I'm saying for you to play, like, just ignore that one person who we all know who you're talking about.
I don't.
It's never gonna be the same though. When I play this game, it's always gonna be.
Well, I mean, don't worry about what they think. Just worry about what you think.
It's like, I think it's a good game, and I loved the music.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the music.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it.
Saf talked about the beginning, but we didn't I mean, but I feel like it's worth noting. Like, this is one of my favorite soundtracks ever. Like, it really is. Like, I still listen to that soundtrack almost daily. You know?
Yeah, I just bought it.
Yeah. it's really good.
Yeah, you convinced me. I put it.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it as one of the best games I ever played in my life, though. Is the thing for me.
Okay, I think.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, I think you should play it and finish it, and then like see how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Like once I got to the end, I wanted to see all the more of the permutations. I wanted to dive into the backstory of it. Like
I started playing the game, just playing it as I would any game, and then got yelled at by people because you killed somebody. You don't play it like that's not how you play the game. And I was like, what?
Once again, it's this one person.
Can I just play this game?
You gotta ignore them.
Like I wish I could have gone into it fresh and just figured it out on my own.
Brandon. It's been 4 years.
It would have been a really cool fucking experience, I think. But no,
just fuck those people. Don't even listen to them.
It's too late.
It's
gone.
It's not
that
too late.
Experience. That first time me playing this game, it's
you
gone.
Can get
I can't
it
play. I can't erase my memory.
It has been 4 years.
No,
let
you
it
can
go.
get it back. No, you can get it back. Believe me. You just gotta.
It's gone, dog.
If you try again.
I can't play this game the way I originally wanted to.
I mean, do you even talk to this person anymore?
Yes.
I don't even know who it is.
Oh, okay. We'll tell you after.
Oh, so it's Kevin.
Yeah, it's Kevin.
Okay. I mean, but again, like, if you have dissenting opinions, that's fine. It doesn't really matter what they say. It's all about your opinion of the game.
Let me give you an example. You know, like Kid Icarus Uprising, I spoke about that game like it was the best thing since sliced bread. You know.
Yeah, and I still hated it.
and and Brandon, you played it years later in secret. No, you didn't tell anyone, right? You just kind of experienced the game as you go. You didn't have me breathing down your neck, being like, "Hey, play this later, whatever." For even after hearing all the things I said, you still enjoyed the game. You still had a good time. You ranked it one of the higher compared to the rest of the cast. So I mean, just play it in secret.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
This is you holding yourself back. This is what
you gotta believe. You gotta have determination.
That's the moral of the story of Undertale. So, Saf, where are you feeling, by the way? Do you feel good about that? I just thought. Okay. All right. So that's 3-1. Sorry, Brandon. So, Undertale comes in at number 15. Surrounding it is number 13, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 14, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Number 15, Undertale. Number 16, Resident Evil Remake. And number 17, Tales of Symphonia. So that has been the list. That has been the podcast. Brandon, I'll go ahead and give you the final phrase because you didn't really like what this game ended up ranking. But in the meantime, let me tell you where you can find us. So we are on all podcast services, so iTunes, anywhere where you can find a podcast, basically. I don't know if we're on Spotify yet. I feel like we keep saying, but
we're not on Spotify.
not on Spotify, but on most other podcast services. Not on Google Play either. But every other.
Where's Will?
We're wherever you can find us.
Yeah, just then you can find us on social media. The most important being twitter.com/jumpupsupercast, because if you follow us on Twitter, you can find out when new episodes of this podcast go live. You can find out when new episodes of our other show, the Jump Up Supercast Game Club, hosted by our very own Brandon, go live. The next episode will be about Metroid Other M, so that'll be a very...
God help us.
Ills is playing it for the first time, so we're going to hear a fresh experience on Metroid Other M.
Well, I literally just beat it.
Yeah, so look forward to that. But then we're on other... And you'll also find out when we're streaming on the Twitter. We stream on twitch.tv/jumpupsupercast. We may have been slacking a little bit on streaming, but hopefully we'll get back into that. Maybe I'm to blame. I did a personal stream a few weeks ago, and I didn't do it on the Jump Up Supercast account, and now I'm feeling maybe I should have.
Travesty.
There you go.
What a
You
crime.
are to blame.
I know. I apologize. But yeah, and then we're also on Facebook and Instagram, also at Jump Up Supercast. So that's been the podcast. Brandon, take us away.
I want to shout out to my good pal, Will. Because, Will, you love to pick games and put on not only the game club, but also the list itself. That are real middle ground fillers. You love to fill the middle of the ground. And you know what? That's a really noble thing to do. Unlike Saf, who only goes for the fucking top constantly. He doesn't have he has fucking one game below fucking 50 on the So,
oh shit, you're right.
let me tell you something. All right, Will, I appreciate you, and I don't miss you.
Wait, what?
No, I do. Also, shout out to Canada.